Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We got a new setup, so that's exciting. We'll take a look around. I got some keyboards out and some artwork hanging and new space, so I'm excited about that. Play us a little music. Turn that down. Good to see everyone. Happy New Year. It's 2024. Let's go. I'm excited. We got this new project we've been working on together, so more of that today. We'll be building the sesh. What's up, Andres? Let me make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb so that we're not distracted later. How was everyone's New Year? Welcome. We will get coding here in a few minutes, but it's kind of getting settled. Grab yourself a drink. Put on your favorite music. Ian, you're here. You're here early. You're not busy, huh? All right, let's see. Get all my ducks in a row. How do you say your name? Ardav? Adarv? How's the job market going? I'm doing all right so far. Our startup's gotten the funding it's needed, and we're still going strong. And one of my good friends just lost his job last month, so there's definitely layoffs going on in this world. What's going on with you? Here, as we kind of get ready, I'm gonna put up some records. All right. Took me a while to put all this together, so I'm glad to have finished this project. Although, when is a project ever really finished, right? All right, so today we're working on this. We're working on sesh. We can make this a bit bigger for everybody. Right, so I released a feature today. I don't know if you guys are paying attention or who's watching the releases, but I highly recommend, if you're not, go up here to watch, go to custom and say releases. No, I won't do this because I am the one that make the releases, but if you set releases there, every time you get a new update, it shows up in your notifications, which is pretty great. And Tom came to us with the feature today, and let's talk about it. So he added this little separator, which I think works fairly well. I'm happy with the idea of it. And so, we don't see one now, but if I were to go to dot files, maybe we go to sesh, we end up with this separator, which is kind of cool. But I'm dealing with now, there's like an additional feature, right? So on top of trying to port over the application, I'm still sort of slowly turning new features up as they come. And so there'll be some balance for the next few weeks, hopefully less. It just depends on how long it takes for me to get the core functionality working. And then we'll make like a checklist and we'll kind of fill in the gaps. I would hope that more people get excited about this and are able to contribute, because we'll add some contributions to it at some point. Yeah, Ian's asking if I changed houses. I didn't change houses. I literally just turned the camera and I took over this wall. So what you were seeing before was a different wall. And so we just shifted the wall and I put all this stuff up behind me. And so that was the project. Oh yeah. Sweet, I got your name right, and you're learning Go. Well, I'm learning Go. We're in this together. So I've been doing some work. I probably put in, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours additionally between the last stream. And so I've started to organize the project, which I'm realizing the simplicity of Go comes from how you organize the project itself, like where you put things. And so real quick, I'm gonna go do Starship, and we're gonna turn this off. I think it's Conda. Yeah. We're gonna disable this. No? Conda. Disabled true, Conda, maybe it's mini Conda. Oh well, we won't spend a lot of time on that. See this base over here? That's supposed to be there, or I'm not really wanting that to be there. But oh well, it is what it is. So I was able to play around with this a little bit, and in my dot files, we were playing around with this idea of remapping the key binding. So I think it's, what do we want to do? I can do Command Shift. It doesn't really matter what I do. I was kind of trying to play around with replacing some of this. But for now, we're just going to keep the README open, and we're going to say rewrite. So I want to like list tmux sessions, list sockside results, and what else? So now that I want to connect to a tmux, to a session, I think this is what we're going to work on today. And I know right now we have like key maps to switch views in Fuzzy Finder, like have to find, and then we got like our quick cloning. And so what we're going to do is in this project, we're basically just going to take this and start to port more of it today. So what I want to do is I want to put some focus on connecting, because even if even if I don't, let's see, I got more to do. So we want like conditionally render tmux pop up, things like this. So we've done this. We're gonna work on this. This is like one of those things that like, that's what we're gonna do today. Just connecting to a session. So we might as well just start coding. I mean, I don't have any reason to slow down here in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, so configuration, add configuration. You're right, Ian. So we're going to start. We're going to start without configuring, get it working, and then add in configuring later. So in some cases, I'm using like CLI arguments as configuration for now. And then over time, we're going to probably have some like centralized YAML file. What's up, Agus? Agus? We got more people joining in. We're coding. Do you guys like the music? Is the music loud enough to be enjoyable? It's so quiet for me, I can't hear it. All right, let's do it. So let's go take a step back. Check it out. So we've got commands, which are specifically to the CLI. We have the sesh CLI that now lives in its own thing. So this is just the definition. And then you can see commands list, commands choose. These all live in their own thing. Now, a huge distinction, and something that I want to call out before we kind of dive into it, is I'm doing things like this. So when we ask for sessions, we do session.sessions. So this is just a getter to fetch all sessions. I went ahead and kind of decoupled the CLI library from the core functionality. So now we can call session.sessions anywhere in the Go library, and it doesn't matter if it's CLI or not. I'm just taking in this case, this is the CLI command, and so we pull out the arguments. But what we will do in the future is we'll be able to add like configuration logic here, things like that. But then the actual function itself just says, hey, there are sources to the sesh tooling, and the sources are, hey, in this case, we currently have tmux and zoxide. We're going to add Zellige later. I really want Zellige support. Westerm support might come. Kitty support might come. And so these are the potential sources. And we can add more logic here. But if we decide to move away from fuzzy, or we have a TUI, which I do plan on building, those tools will be ready. There won't be a lot of big restructuring having to go on. You can't hear the music? Well, I can turn the music up if you guys want it. Okay, tell me if it's too annoying. In the past, it's been like too loud, and people have been like, turn it down. There you go. There's a little bit more. All right, we got a question. Why don't you use flags or envars for configuration instead of config files? Yeah. So the current project is using environmental variables and tmux specific variables, and that mix became really messy, which I just didn't like. And so part of me wants to use a library where we can fetch. It doesn't matter what format you put it in, hopefully. That's what I want. I want you to be like, I want TOML or YAML or JSON or like whatever I'm most comfortable with. And then as long as we get the structure right, I think there's some good CLI libraries that support that. So that's what's coming, is a centralized configuration, so that everything you want to do to configure is in one dot file. That's sort of the ultimate goal for me, because I want it to stay simple. And so when you go to set up this project, you can like copy an example config, and you can like turn feature flags on and off as you see fit, that sort of thing. So that's that. Those are the commands. You can see here that I'm starting to realize that utils is a really bad idea, which is what we did last time. And so now I have packages that are specific to their purpose. So in this case, this is a directory specific thing. So in directories, we want to convert a directory to a pretty path. And so that's something I wrote here. Super, super simple. Again, reusable. We've got tmux. So tmux is, we were talking about this with someone. We need to run tmux ls. That will tell us if tmux is running, and then is active. I commented this out because it isn't being used yet. Is active is the tmux variable gets set while you're actively in tmux. But if you guys remember, we can detach, and when we run the session manager, we still want to be able to see that tmux is running and fetch the sessions. And so that's just something that we need to keep in mind. And then finally, we got our zoxide. And so zoxide is just literally calling zoxide. Good news from the last stream, putting all this together, our list command can now trigger fuzzy finder, which couldn't happen before. And so we've called it choose. Someone else, I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but someone else contributed to this, and they were able to get this example working from the last time we were together. So we were talking about fuzzy finder, and I was trying to do this, and I wasn't succeeding in our last stream, and now I am, and so it works. And so now if we do sesh choose, oh, I need to add this go build. So if we do sesh choose, we can see that it works. And if we choose like dot files, we can see that the chosen selection is dot files. And so what we want to do now is we want to recreate the way in which when you make a selection, we then connect to it. So we're going to create basically a connect command. And so it's one of those things that maybe connect is the right word, maybe not, but if it doesn't exist, it needs to exist. And if we're in TeamX, it needs to kind of generate the session in a detached way and then connect to it. And so there's going to be a lot of logic here that we can start to write in a proper coding language, right? That's kind of the goal here, is having something more proper. So let's do it. So just because we choose, I believe the chosen piece of this is command wait. Something about this takes out our variable. So we will call this selection, I guess. And we'll do selection, and then we will return. I guess we return nil, right? And so now I want a good feedback loop. Are any of you Go like people? Do you have a quick, when I hit save on my project, I can build quickly? Because I kind of want there to be a faster dev cycle here. I don't want to have to like keep rerunning a command, like build. I guess I could do and sesh choose. And so that turned out as on my command CLI wait in Go, how do I capture the outputs? Is it just we want to wait? So we're going to run, which we're doing up here. We're commanding it, and then we're waiting for the selection. So this is like a byte, probably. I thought it was string. Go run choose. Okay. And that would just run that command directly. Format, sprintf. I guess I could just do quick. Let's see if go run choose works. So we've got our character, we point it, int. Selection string. Is there a dot there? I think I could just do a print. choice. Oh. One of those things. Yeah, probably. So go, run, choose. Fun. So now that we have fuzzy finder running the command, and turn it into a string. That's a good question. If there's not null, no, it's doing a proper thing. This is one of those things that it's like we're gonna wait. Are we still gonna wait? We're gonna write, we're gonna close, standard in. We're gonna, you guys aren't seeing all that I'm seeing, I know. I don't mind putting this up here, but it's gonna be smaller for you, right? We took sessions, we wrote and joined and closed and waited, and basically wait might error. That's what he's saying here. So this is an error. And what is command output? So they're saying that they would add so this is what it might be. So this might be that, or it should become that at some point. And then we do our things. We do our things. We start. We got our sessions. We write our sessions to the output. We close. We wait. And then if there's an error, right, on close, no, on wait. So we still need that if this fails, then we do that. And then this is the trick. So they're saying you can take the output, just call it a choice, and it's the stringed thing. And then we can print it. I like it. Is there going to be choice? That would be why. Sweet. So again, it's not my favorite design pattern, but it totally works. So choice becomes, we create the choice, we scaffold the choice. I was thinking we connect to the choice, and the connection can happen in a couple of ways. So what do you guys think? Should we just go with connect? We got list, choose, now we have connect. So I think that's the path I'm going to take. Now, it's not going to be a specific path right now, It's one of those things that we're going to give it sources. And when the source is returned, we have to determine if it's an active session directory. Because if it's a directory, we know it starts with a tilde at this point. I'm kind of hoping that maybe we grow this into something a little bit more programmatic than just a string that gets interpolated, but we're using fuzzy finder, so we kind of are stuck with a string. So we have dir, we have commands. I guess we could forward the context, or we can run choose directly, depending on what happens. All right, let's do that. So we will create this is choose list connect. So we will call this package commands, and I guess we want just a basic, this is, which one is this? List. Connect, so connect will be connect, and then connect to given session. Now I'll probably make some of these smart, where it's like if you don't pass an argument, then we can forward it. And you're going to connect to. You're always going to connect to a source, and the source connect to tmx session. Is my to-do still there? All right. So rather than doing all this, we're going to get argument. It's not an argument. Create tmx session or connect. So now they'll be, if it's a Zoxide result, I'm thinking that we like have some sort of factory where we give it input and we decide what the output needs to be. We don't know what it is yet. So maybe we have like a connect package. Would seem simple enough to me. Like, would it be a connect package? It's probably the session package. So we're going to be given a string, and we go, what do we do with this string? Is this a Zoxide package? Is this a tmx session? Is this a Zelid session? Like, what is this? We need context in order to decide what to do. So that's the hardest part here, is making these decisions, and then we just code it, right? So I get, oh, look at that. It wanted to thumbs up. Maybe we'll turn that feature off. Have you guys seen this feature? Oh well, maybe we'll get some surprises along the way. So I want some sort of factory that takes in strings and determines what it needs to do. And in that tooling, we're going to have potentially some tmx logic that says, okay, this might be a tmx session. Does it need to be created or connected to? Or we call it an attaching. So in tmx, it's an attach. But part of me is thinking, I'm just trying to talk this out. If you guys have any thoughts, feel free to share. Because naming things gets hard, and you often get stuck with the choices when you name. It's like it's not quite session creation because we've already created it. Or not created, it may already exist, so there is no need to create it. So let's maybe ask ChatGPT. I want to potentially create or attach to an existing tmux. What kind of function names might work? Give me lots of examples. Let's see if it comes up with a better word. Init, handle, manage, start, execute, process, connect, or create. So that was my idea. Prepare. So you have like a getter or a starter. Resume, arrange, manage, find or create, start or attach. If you're gonna do either, you could execute the session, but that feels a bit aggressive, don't you think? Yes, thank you, Ali. I've learned this recently. He has a really good point. Some of my YouTube comments over the past have taught me this. We can pass in a certain flag so that we can properly create and attach the session at the same time. If we're in, the problem is only when we're currently in tmux and we run that command. So yes, you're absolutely right. But it's really important we don't call this unless it doesn't exist. Otherwise you do run into errors where it's like, hey, you can't do this, you've already got it. So initiate is interesting. Join is kind of a fun term. Handle, manage. I think I like connect. And it's one of those things that this is going to be sort of a connect package, and the connect package will have lots of different ways in which you can connect, right? So the actual like code flow, we just need sort of a session. Do we handle a session? We could also launch a session. Launch or join is kind of fun. I kind of like connect. And it's like, hey, if there is no connection yet, we're going to make one. So let's go with connect. I think we're going to move forward with that. So this is the connect command, but we're going to probably... Part of me thinks that a lot of this is going to be shared, even with list. List was sessions. So for us, I just made sessions its own package, and this is not a tmux session or Zealage session or anything. This is its own sesh session, which is kind of hard to say. So that is like, these are the sessions that exist or could exist. And so we will, I think we'll just create a connect package, and we'll have a connect.connect. It feels weird having that redundancy, but to me, the simplicity that it brings has been really refreshing. And I think the sources will also be similar. Connect.go. I like it. I like it, Ian. I like your thinking. So let's stick with connect. So you're right, Ali. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It could be a dir, a directory. And so it's one of those things that like, you want to connect to a Zoxide result, and to connect to a result means that you're going to make it into a session. So there's a little bit of ambiguity here. So we can write some code today. We've got some time. We write some code today. We'll see how it feels. And if the naming feels off, we've got LSPs. We can rewrite it or change the way in which it's written. So we have the CLI connect command. But what I'm going to propose is that we have a connect, like a session connector, where we connect to sessions on a high level outside the CLI, just as programmatic logic. So we're going to have I guess we're just going to have Connect.go though. I kind of like that. Go connect. It's kind of funny. Is there a lot of action-oriented? Go is the name of the programming language too, which throws me off a little bit. Let's see. What do we want to do? We could ditch connection altogether, right? Choose to start a session based on what the user selected through the choose command. No, so the choose command is a very thin layer, and that's the point of my Go. I've spent a lot of time writing the bash script, and basically a lot of it's sort of like this spaghetti code. And so the choice really is just a very thin layer of me in the CLI having a list of potential sessions to choose from and choosing it. So I guess choose is something someone else came up with, someone else in the community. So this is all semantics, right? This is what we love as programmers. To me, choose is action-oriented in that I'm picking, or I'm picking or choosing which one I want. And then once I've gotten that selection, I want to go do something with it. And that's what this is going to be, is I have the thing, now I want to make the selection and do what? Do something with it. So once the choice has been made, the system has to go do it. So I'm going to stick to connect for now. We're gonna go, but I appreciate you guys talking me with this through me. We got a couple people sticking around. Let's see, touch, connect, and I find that over time I sort of break these up, and it's going to be probably one of those things that like maybe Tmux has a connect command, and maybe Zellige has a connect command, and all this is really doing is it's letting us decide, hey, based off of what I have, choose is the fuzzy wrapper. So fuzzy is FCF is the choose command, and then once we have it, we want to connect to it. Attach would work. Attach would work. I think attach and connect are sort of synonyms here. Well, we've called the project sesh, so I want you to think about it as a session. Like, I want your brain to think about sessions and how you can best optimize your workflow by using sessions. So for me, I'm trying to not be married to this idea that Tmux is a session. WesTerm has sessions, they use the same word. Zellige has sessions, they use the same word. So there's a kind of a similar, even NeoVim, I could expect that we maybe make a NeoVim plugin that does something similar one day if we wanted to. And there are some session tooling for NeoVim as well. So to me, session is like the act of contextualized development, right? That's kind of the broad idea here. So we'll call this connect. And then we're just going to have a func called connect. And it's going to take our choice. So our choice is a string, and we are going to connect to the choice. It's simple, but that's what I think is going to work for today. So now it's one of those things that, like, this is really just a wrapper. So determine what the choice is. It's either that or so connect becomes one of those things that we just do the connect as like a secondary option here. And so this becomes the argument, get the argument, connect session. So this is not, we don't need to implement that right now. We have our app, that goes away. We have our choice. So our choice is going to be super simple, and it's just going to, instead of print, we're gonna connect to choice. So that's literally all I want to do, and it'll be a sub process in a different Go place of GoLogic. So this is it. It's 69 lines. Hey, let's go. 69 lines, and we will just take it and say, hey, here's all the weird, interesting CLI kind of scaffolding, and then here's the fuzzy finder stuff, which maybe even this will probably be ended up abstracted at some point maybe. And so we've got the fuzzy actions, and then based off of the context, we list our sessions and we join them into the fuzzy finder, and then based off of the choice, we connect to it. And that's what I want to do. And so now this line of code, if we feel like we want to get ahead of ourselves, we don't. I don't want to get ahead of myself right now. So the main thing will be determining which is which. And for now, it's going to be really basic, but it is going to get kind of crazy pretty quickly. So we're going to say if starting with this, then it's a dir. If not, then it's a tmux session. And so it'll be one of those things that, like, if dir create new tmux, and we'll have some sort of creation logic probably, and then we'll have some sort of, if it's tmux, then we're going to attach to it. So these are sort of the steps here for today's stream, and we've already written the logic. We're just kind of converting it to a different language. So I have my dir, and we have, this is pretty path, and so this is my making it pretty. And then I'm thinking we're going to need an opposite one, which is what would be the opposite? What is the opposite of? It's like we're basically trying to invert it. So something like resolve, maybe we resolve the pretty path. So we have our pretty path and we have like our full path. I like full, I like absolute. Now this is interesting. I want to know what chat you guys think about this. I've seen some arguments where you don't do getters. So rather than getting the pretty path, you just have the directory .prettypath and you pass in the string and it gives you the thing out. And so you're not thinking it so much like with verbs, that you just sort of say what it is. I got that advice and I thought, hey, that's interesting. So I'm kind of like full path. But again, we're just trying to string and it restring. Yeah, this is the same thing. We take, if it has the prefix, and we replace the prefix with home. Look at that, Copilot. As of right now, no. Dir pretty path and full path are my current methods for doing things. The thing is, if something can't be turned into a pretty path, if it like doesn't have the path prefix, what is this? How does this work? Has prefix home. Yeah, this is a determination kind of thing. So when I do, the way this code is written is if I do pass in something that isn't starting with this, and we try to convert the full path, which also isn't starting with this, then it will still be valid and it will look a little bit longer, but it'll do its thing. And if we want to overload this function to do more than just home path directory substitution, I could see us adding, like creating more private, like we can create private functions that say, you know, take a home directory path and make it pretty, and take a different kind of path and make it pretty in a different way. So I'm trying my best with dependency injection mindset of like, I don't want to have to go back and change things too much later in some of the implementation layers. I want to be able to go into a package, improve on that package without having to go touch a bunch of code, which is kind of been the headache so far. All right, so that's our choice. We take our pretty path and we make it our full path. So from the choice, where's our choice? We choose to connect, and on our connection, that's going to throw me off. The command for connect is the same name as the package. That might be not so great. So we take the choice. So we have what? The path. I guess only if it's, I'm wondering if we can do it a little bit more smartly. And it's one of those things now that like, if I see that it starts with a tilde, then we're assuming that it's a directory. So you're right, Ian, like I'm currently on that assumption. But if you're using this tooling outside of your own directory, like your own system, I have to take a bigger thought about that. That's more discussion, which I think we're here to code some. So I don't want to take too many steps back and overthinking it. So let's take a look at the Smart project. We go down here, we get our result. If there is no result, we exit. We get the path back. And from what I remember, where did we decide it's a tmux session? If attached, we do that. Oh, sweet. Ali coming in clutch. I love it. All right, so I will definitely use that. String.isAbs. So this is like, is this an absolute path on this computer? I love that. That's a great idea. We will use that. And so basically, if that returns false, we will, at least for now, make an assumption that it's a session. That's a really helpful function. Like, let's just do that. All right, so then we say if there's no session, we do a lookup and we say, does this thing already exist as a session? So we convert the thing. We always convert it right now in the project. So we take the result and we always convert it into a session name. And depending on what the session name is, we then do a grep on, hey, do we have the session or not? And if we don't, we do what we need to do. And if it is, then we do something different. And this logic we're gonna get rid of. Oh, bless you. My dog sneezed. Yeah, so we'll probably drop this whole if is, hey, look, we're doing this. Weren't we talking about this earlier? I think I ended up When did I added the startup script? Yeah. So there was other times that I was messing with this, and then we attach to the session. If it doesn't exist, right? Session result, case, run type, attach. Oh, I see. This was easier logic to just say, look, we're going to maybe create the session. And if the session got created, we're either going to switch to it or we're going to attach to it. So it is pretty good I think it makes sense to leave it this way, because then it's like, it doesn't matter if it had just gotten created just now, or if it had always existed, or before this time in which we ran the command, we can now attach to it or not. That's kind of the idea. All right, cool. So then that's what we'll do. I love the idea of this is abs. So we were saying path. So you said there's a path. Is this built in? Is abs? This is one of those dir things where I could say, I'll just leave it here for now. So we have a path. Is path. And if is path, else for now, attach, terminate the choices. Can't have empty branches, I get it. So does this spit out? What does this actually spit out? Too many return values? Oh, because I'm not stating a return. Can't be empty. Is path, is not path. All right, and so I guess we'll just choose sesh is not path, and then ooh, interesting. What happened here? Is this gonna throw me to? No, it returns bool. Reports whether a path is absolute. Oh, it won't be absolute. Because I guess I'm just gonna have to dir dot full path. If they're null. How do we throw? Can I throw in this language? What is this? Come on, Copilot, tell me what to do. I'm always bad at this. Return nil error. I guess I can return. Probably best to do that anyway. So we return nil or error. The choice is the path, and then types. No? What? How do you say I want to maybe return an error? Or I don't want to return. Oh, I see. So you just say this might return an error. Nil if everything went well. Something like that. And then so this might return an error. Got it. Right, I return errors, and the error comes back if full path fails. I'm just doing my error handling, right? And so I don't want this nil or error. I want connect to say connect might return an error, and if it does, it's the result type. I don't think I'm going to return nothing or error. I guess it's one of those things that only return the error. The connection will just happen. I see. So it just will happen if it happens. And then this is a string. So now we're getting the full path. This is different. We are going to borrow from what's happening here, which is we are going to get the session name from the path. If the path is a session already, then it's just going to go, okay, great. Yeah, we're not really going to change anything because we've already got it, basically. So it's going to be generate session from path. And it's one of those things that like this stuff comes later. And my session, I'm going to make sure I don't get a, yeah. So if I could draw, I would. We have this idea of a session, and Tmux can talk to it, or Zoxide might talk to it, or our other services in the future might talk to session. So session is like this centralized hub where everything, all of our dependencies will talk to session and determine things. So we're basically going to generate a session name based off of what we're given. So to do that, I'm going to either have, what do we have? We start with if it's absolute, then we just take it as is. That's one of those things is absolute. It's going to be actually really helpful. All right, so let's do that. So we have a func called determine name, and this is going to take in a argument. What is this? This is going to be, this is a singular thing. Is this plural? No, this is singular. Okay, determine name. Well, we're just going to determine the session. All right, we'll start here. And then it's going to take in a path. I don't want to couple those things together too strongly, but it's going to return a string or error, right? And we're going to say if is absolute, which we were just talking about. I think I can do this in line. So if, where did that sucker go? I can do log fatal for panic. That's good to know. Right, so we said if path is absolute, I think we'll for now return path and nil, right? Oh no, we just return path and it will automatically be nil. Cool. Maybe we will. I'm losing my own. Is abs strength returns true if provided by a path. ABS. Oh, I called this path. Duh. Determine name of session. Like something like that. Yeah, this won't work. Come on, import. I thought we just used it. Why doesn't it want to play nice? Why does this not want to play nice now? I thought we were just doing this. Someone help me out. Is capital. I'm dumb, chat. I know. I'm not used to this. In my TypeScript land, I'm used to only types having capital letters and classes. So I guess I can think about it that way. It is capitalized. You guys are right. So the session is what it is, and then we are going to generate it, and we'll do a quick base name probably. Is there a quick path base name kind of thing? Path base? Yes. This isn't like amazing, but this is a start, isn't it? And then we'll like to do get detection. What is this? Get detection. We've got get work tree detection, and then parent directory feature flag detection. There's like other features that I've been playing around with. What is this? Dir path.dir path? Is it? Returns the last element of its path. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. I think this is going to be valid. So we're going to determine the name of the session. Let's just say we determine the session. Okay, we'll play with that. So we choose, we connect. So now connection is off the choice. Now we just session name is the session.determine name from session. So now we've got our session name, and we just want to make sure that that works. Where is my choice? The choice goes in, session name comes out. Missing my return. So I'm getting better. Chat. Return null when it doesn't have anything to return. So sesh. And now this should be dot files, although it came back as the full path. Oh, maybe the transformation didn't work. Was I supposed to put that in on connect? We determine the name, Right. So this doesn't matter. We need to first say full path. Dot full path. What does it say? Oh, or error. And then if error, we'll just print it for now. What's up, Steve? Steve's here. Steve's here, everybody. Steve gave me some tips last time. He was on stream, and we were talking about the CLI stuff together. So full path needs to go here. Now this doesn't always make sense because it may not be a path, but let's see, we got sesh, and then we got, interesting. Print full path. I guess we will print session first. And we'll say that's that. Why is it not determining the name? We have our choice, then we connect. Are these not printing? Let's call this base. Something like that. Choose. Why is this not printing any of these? Determine name. Oh, it's just not returning anything. So did my determine name argument go bad? That's my only thought. Choice doesn't return anything. So on our connect, we have our choose and then we have our connect. On our connect choice, chosen choice. Plant. Ooh, look at such a pretty plant. So whatever's coming back is just chosen choice. See, it doesn't return what we think it does. We're not getting output. I thought we got output earlier. Hey Steve, you were helpful, man. You got me started. Glad you could stop in and say hi. Have fun with the family. We'll see you next time. What happened? Why did it not return a choice? The contents of the unread portion of the buffer as a string. If the buffer name is nil, it returns nil. So we should be able to choose one of these. And we're supposed to get back. Maybe this is happening too quickly. No, that's not it. What happened? What happened, chat? Why don't we get a choice? Why is my chosen choice nothing? do that. Interesting. Now I'm not getting what I had. The code looks good. It doesn't seem to be going past that. See, this is outdated. So go build. There we go. What the heck? That was weird. That was a bad argument, chat. So now what should happen is sesh should be the determined name. Choice. The determined name. Interesting, we're literally getting determined name, and we're not getting anything after that. So what? This is passing in connect choice, determine name. What the heck is this determine name? It's this, right? But this isn't returning anything because choice is empty. Did I write it poorly on my choose? Oh, I know what it must be. I guess I can't do this either. Why can't I call them both at the same? Okay, chat, we got to do this different. Go run choose. What the heck is this? It's not the right argument. All right, chat. We got some. Ali, you're good at this. How do I run the project? How to build and run a Go binary at once. We were doing this last time, but now we can build to the output and run it, or we can run the main file. Go run. I think it's one of those things that like go run main go choose. Is that what we did last time? Yes, that's what we did last time. That's what we did last time. Okay, that's my bad, chat. Now, the one thing that I'm seeing as a problem, go run choose, yeah. So we're running the main and then we're executing the choose subcommand, right? Well, why would this be coming back as? So we get sesh, and then on the connected choice comes back with no value, and session name comes back with no value. We just saw that choice is valid. Oh. What is choose? I don't understand where this is coming from. We must be getting output we have our weight. And then what we wanted to do was we take the output from the weight and we map it to command output.string. Where's command output? Command output's here. Command output.string. But where's command output? Isn't ever defined, is it? Oh, here it is. Is this missing? Oh boy. I would think this had to be called later. Can I call this later? Command output is what we return from fuzzy finder. So if I ls fcf and I choose something, the thing fuzzy finder chose outputs in standard out. That's its purpose. That's what fuzzy finder does. This has been my only headache with this project so far, really, is how does FCF work and how do I connect with it? FCF GoLang. Okay, so let's figure this out. So we've got GoLang FCF standard out selection to variable. So whatever they gave us is no good. Fuzzy finder as a Go library. Oh no, are we going to be paywalled? Oh no, we're not. Strut fuzzy finder find. So this guy is using his own library, which we might have to switch away from. Let's see how popular this is. Yeah. We might have to move away from FCF, because if FCF isn't gonna work, then like what's the point? What's the point, right? So they have a little example here. You got fuzzy finder, you got all these examples, and you want to find multi, and so you then boom, pull this in, you got a preview window, and then you take the resulted selection. This can be swapped out. We're just doing a choose command, so this probably would be easier to understand if we were able to pull it. So we have the value, and then we return .name. Interesting. Are these named? Oh, you can use struts. This I love. This I kind of want to repeat some sort of similar pattern in the future. Preview window, and we print those things, and then if not, then we get our selection, and our selection is an index. So we use the index to then grab the item. Are we using strut? I forget what it is we're using. I think we're just using an array of strings for list. So list is just literally sessions. Sessions just takes these items and returns an array of strings. So that would work fine. Should we try this, chat? Do you guys think it's a good idea just to give this a go and see how well it works? Because I don't know how to sort of indirectly pull out fuzzy finder's output and assign it to nah? You say nah? You say we spend more time trying to figure out how to get fuzzy finder to work? Because, you know, check their source code. I mean, sure, but like this is the pattern. The API pattern is pretty straightforward. I like fuzzy finder more, It's more customizable for sure. All right. All right. Then we won't do that. We just got to figure out what's going on. You think I'm close? This is not right. This is clearly not right. So given we got our buffer, we wait. So given the following lines, I need the standard out of the command to be assigned to a variable. What are they going to say? Doesn't contain any output even after the command's executed because you reassign standard out to this after assigning that. Therefore, the output won't be. Remove this OS standard out. Oh, shit. So I'm reassigning it to OS standard out. Is it one of those things that like I should do this instead? Boom, that was it. So I can't reassign standard out. I think that was it. Look at you. All right, Andres, have a good night, man, or day, or wherever you are. That was pretty close. All right, so then if that's it, then this should spit out dot files. Hey, look at that, and we got our full path. There you go, Ian. You're the guiding light as of this moment. I think once I get what I want from this, we probably should. We got dot files. We got main. Cool. So that's connect. On our determining of the name, we get rid of all this. And we're gonna leave those to-dos in. Can I assign this directly? Because I just need to check. Yeah, sweet. No, this is all great. So now that it feels kind of good, we got our standard out fix and our new connect command. I'm going to probably commit this even though it's a work in progress. So we're going to call this connect command. Ship it. Well, we're going to push it. I don't know about shipping it. We got our connect command, which doesn't do anything yet. So we won't commit that. And then we got our session connect, and that just says, hey, determine the name and print it. We know it's working. And then we want, hey, give me the full path of the thing, please. Yes. And then on our session, we go, hey, determine the name. And that's in our session package. That feels good. And then I got a couple of rewrites here. And so we're going to say feature. This is exactly right. Ian is up to the right naming convention here. So I'm not going to even version it till there's a point in which it's useful to anybody. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as I code. So we're going to determine create connect command that determines session name. That's it. So I do want to know on here your fave CLI. If I want just the argument, so I literally just want to get the thing that I passed in, we get an argument here. So this is the first argument. And if there isn't an argument, then I'm gonna, yeah. So we're gonna command connect and we're gonna say session. Does this return 1? If no, session. Log.fatal. So no session provided. And then otherwise we're just gonna session.connect. No, we called it connect.connect. And so that should be like if we do connect sesh, no help topic for connect. Wait, hold on. Connect. What does it matter? I mean, I'll end up passing sources in through here probably, but we're not quite there yet. Sesh, no help topic for connect. No, I want to pass an argument. Do I have to tell it that it can pass an argument? Subcommands. Args first. Aliases, usage. This is args first. Connect, usage. Oh, hold on. I'm dumb. It actually has to live here. If it doesn't live here, then it's not valid. So choose, connect. These aren't, parent command has duplicated some command name or alias. There are no aliases. Oh, I see, connect. Damn it. We can't reuse -c. I didn't want there to be -c. I wanted that, like, if... Yeah, that's interesting. We're doing this T thing, and it... Okay, if you do this, it just automatically works. So... we have like sesh C for choose. Can I have an alias that's only... All right. What is this? Choose is fine. Command connect isn't L. It needs to be... Can it be like this? All right. So C for choose and CH for... No, that doesn't make sense. Connect. Connect? Maybe we'll do it like this then. Choose is CH and connect is CN. Sure, why not? So we can say connect sesh. Or we can say choose sesh. All right, fine. Choose needs to be changed. Connect. The flags are for later. Connect. Add. Connect. CLI command. Change. Connect. No, just change choose alias to void name. All right, so let's push this just so I don't go crazy if something goes wrong. You guys still hanging out? You still good? It's been quiet. Except for Ian. I'm just gonna take a quick breath. Maybe I'll get a stool and I'll sit. I've been standing this whole time. Let's do it. Oh. A little sitting down here. All right. So now we just need to say if what do we do? If the tmux session already exists, then go ahead and connect to it. That feels simple. That feels like we can definitely do that. So let's do that. So we're going to do our connect command, our connect package. So we have our choice, and the choice is the full path, probably. Yeah, man, thanks for coming. Ken, are you gonna stand, man? We gotta switch places. Hit that stand button, and I'll and you'll get less judgment from me. Yeah, I'm trying to stand more because I also am used to sitting. So how do I make this clear? We're going to generate a session from path. So we determined its name. And we have both. It's one of those things that, like, it's going to be what? If session name exists, then connect. Okay, then I don't even have to deal with that right now. So let's just do that. So we got our tmux, and we got something like is active session. Doesn't matter if it's active or not. We just need to know if it is a session or not. Tmux is session. We pass in an argument. We take these. From the session list, what does it return? Does it return all the sessions in string format? Okay, so we're going to do string. And we're just going to say sessions. And then we're going to say determine if a given string is in a table of strings. Let's see if that's enough. We've got our string, we got our list, and we just return true and false. Yeah, so that's what it wants to do for range in sessions. If session true, otherwise return false. Do I have to pass anything in? Oh no, it's potentially an error. If error, just return false. I don't mind this at all. Like, if tmux was to crash, then that's okay. In other places, I want to know if it's crashing. So this works fine. All right. So then let's close some of these out. connect, I guess, connect. So now if we say if tmux dot is session and we pass the session name, then we attach. That's it. And I know this doesn't exist yet, but that's exactly what we're about to write. So func attach session attach. Now, does this potentially have an error? I mean, that's all I want. That's the whole point of this whole connect command that we're working on. So this is connect. All right, let's try it, chat. So we're gonna have a bad value. Connect, go, 15. It was expecting a return. Expected a declaration. Oh, let's get rid of that pesky thing. Let's try it again. So we're going to choose, and if we choose sesh, and that works, and if we choose dot files, we saw dot files, but we didn't attach. Print is it does not determine that it's a session. Did I get my logic right? If session, okay. Print session, print s, and sesh should have matched up with sesh, right? These two should have come out true. Why is my string matching not working? These look the same to me. Session sesh. All right, so what's going on? Is session? Double equals is right, isn't it? Weird. Oh, is it because it's not giving me a string? Is this like merging them? 4 items, make a list of strings, then we attach them. That's so weird. Ah, interesting. So it comes in that way. That's fine though. I should be able to print. Is it like not knowing what these things are? S equals session. What is going on? False, false, false. What is happening? Can I do this? Is this going to be valid? No. Hold on. Is session bad? What is going on? Why is this wrong? It keeps resolving to false every time. What is happening? So we got sesh, and then we got sesh, and then we got an assertion on those, and they're not right. Why would this be wrong? Maybe there's like a space that I don't see. Trimming, yep. No, it's not that. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Thank you, GPT-4. So they're like, hey, you can get an exact representation. Yeah, so that 0A is a space, isn't it? So that means what? Session needs to be trimmed? Or the list needs to be trimmed? Do I trim any of this? One, two. This first one should have been good. And it wasn't good because the second value had, okay. Okay. So then that means when we determine the name, we get the base. Does the base need to return a trimmed strings.trim space? No. What is that? So I see 0 add on. Which one? On the session. New line. Okay, so what? I want to say make the thing without a new line. I guess I should just do it on the comparison step, huh? Is my guess. Is that we get sessions, and then we got our sessions, and then we're gonna assert it with clean session. Trim space on session, and then we got, this isn't great, but this is probably what's going on. Why am I getting a new line? It must have been a specific, yeah, there you go. So it must have been a specific thing here. Can I do this back here? Oh, hold on. I did two here. Session comes from the determining of the name. So am I returning, right? I bet it's friggin' fuzzy finder. I bet you this guy, even though we have a choice, I think that this needs to be trimmed. I don't ever want that new line. And then that means trim space goes back to being session. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Fuzzy Finder, for giving me a new line when I didn't ask for it. That's interesting, though. I use Fuzzy Finder constantly, all the time, for years, and I never really realized about what bytes are being passed in through standard out when I take a closer look. All right, cool. So that was that. And honestly, is session, that's going to be, where's the actual logic that attaches? All right, so then this should work. We should be able to do that. Isn't it supposed to attach? And then we got our session name, right? Attaching. So if I run this command, if interesting. So I guess we'll just play around with this until we figure out what's going on. I do want to know if it errors. We have some sort of combined output. I wonder if there's like a tmux GoLang package. Has someone done the hard work for me here? All right, 20 people agree here. Get attach session name, attach session. So this is on session. So this is his project. So if we go to session, attach session. Yes. He's done the hard work. Is inside tmux. That is what I need to do. So that was this thing is attached, is inside. Interesting. Is attached. And yeah, it does have to change. So we've got the args, and then he execs the command, and he's does a path lookup, append strings, execs it on a system call. But a system call, that's different than what I'm doing. System call exec, and then environ. So he's doing it differently. I could use this package temporarily and then re-implement it later. So I have to switch. Yeah, that's all it is, Ali. But there's work to be done. And do I write it myself or do I borrow from someone else? He's gotten tests. That's interesting. I mean that's what's wrong. So the attach command It's one of those things that we were talking about this earlier. We determine the name, we connect. If is session, then we connect, and then the connection happens. Yeah, okay. I'm getting the idea of this. So we're gonna connect. I know it's a lot of indirection, so if is attached, then connect. Switch. And what is it? I mean, I've got it here in my smart manager. We switch client dash T. So we switch client dash T. Oh, let's go back. Switch client dash T. Session failed to switch to session that. Connect if is attached. Then we're going to. There'll be some unit testing for all this stuff to make it better. Oh, Ken, you've seen that. Are you making Tmux related CLIs in Go? Because I want to hear more, Ken. Talk to me. Tell me what you're doing with it. Because I'm new to Go, but I'm not new to Tmux. And I have lots of more ideas for Tmux plugins. So you guys can be excited for that this year if I have the time. Let's see. So we were going to, if attached, then we're going to switch to session. Else we're going to attach. Why did that lowercase? All right. Missing return. Return no. I guess this is one of those things that maybe. I'll work on this more later. I'll get better with the coding pattern and such. Attaching. So did I misrepresent this? If it is attached, then we're going to switch. And if not, we're going to switch. Did I get that wrong? Oh, duh. That's kind of where this probably needs to be lowercase. So these are private. You wouldn't manually attach or switch. You would only connect. Good old public private. Is attach a reserved keyword? No, switch is a keyword. Switch session, attach. Session. I think that's better anyway. Can't use reserved keywords. Hey, let's go. That is a successful stream, everybody. Bye, good to see you. No, I'm just kidding. That is what we were going for. So that is step one. And now if we do c-sesh, then we want to connect to sesh. Was it connect? Why did that not play nice? Oh, there is no last session. Oh, did I close it? No, I didn't close it. All right, so now if we c-sesh, we should have, oh, this is out of date. So run is different than build, right? So go build. and that puts it there. So now if we try that again, yeah, so if we choose sesh, it was supposed to connect. It was supposed to attach, and it didn't. So that's the difference here is go build, although go build dash out go path slash bin slash sesh. Is this going to be enough? Where if I go back, I'm going to be able to choose sesh connect to sesh, and it says attaching, but it doesn't actually attach. Okay, so that's the next part where it's probably see, that one works. That one works because it's in bash. Attach session must be one of those things that doesn't error out. It's probably just not an exec command thing. Maybe it's one of those things that I do have to syscall exec. And then this is one of those things that it's done differently. Too many arguments. So the first argument is tmux. I'm like just straight up copying and pasting MIT licensed code. All right, on stream, that's fun. We're appending the arguments. I kind of want to just call his thing for now. That's cool, Ken. I'm seeing your comment now. So your status line scripts, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have anything too complex, although I do use gitmux, which is written in Go, and it's a status line thing. Tell me more about your tmux launch. What are you doing there? Because that's what we're doing here. I think I might try his package. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So he's doing a lookup path for tmux, and then he's calling it literally like, I just want to see if this works first. I don't think I want to take it the same way. Oh, but I don't like this as much. This call, so he's doing this, and the args come from up there. But it's just one of those things that like attach -t session. So all that gets combined, you args, and then we exec call it, and then if it works, then it works. Let's go here, and then build sesh, connect to sesh, and that one worked. Okay, so exec, system call exec works differently. That's good to know, and I probably will make some sort of exec command abstraction so that I can do something similar. I don't know if I'll do it exactly the way he did it, so we're going to fix fuzzy new line by trimming spaces. And then if his tmux session connect, and then we're gonna drop print of base, and then here we're gonna feature support switching or attaching to tmux session. All right, and then for good measure, we should probably make sure that we do go run, main go choose, and then we can pick this and it still works. Cool. That's the basics. In the near future, when I choose, I want to choose with my pop-up. I don't want to choose with run like here. So that's going to be just slightly different, where we say, hey, if this is, different, then we're gonna, and that means that I'll probably have some fuzzy finder work to do. But we streamed a couple hours. I don't think I'm gonna go a crazy amount of time. I got some coding to do in the morning for the day job, so I don't want to kind of get overwhelmed with all this. So let's docs add checklist to readme. Cool. So we just hit the top of the hour. This was fun. Ken, we're on Discord. I don't know if you're on my Discord server, but come over there. We talk about tmux, we talk about Go, we talk about NeoVim. That goes for the rest of you that are here still. Feel free to, here, let's go back. Hi, hello. Feel free to go back to the Discord server. You can find it on my website, joshpodeski.com. And so join the Discord server if you're not. We got a new YouTube video coming out in a couple days, and it's all about how to use AI, kind of like you guys saw me using AI all day today. And this one has a particular topic of doing a yearly review. So if you want to kind of reflect on 2023 and have some forethought as to how 2024 might go, this next YouTube video is going to be all about that. So I'm excited to get that out there for you guys to learn about how to use these tools more effectively. And, we got a connect working. Sesh connect. We can connect to sessions now. So that's pretty great for me. That's a huge step forward. As these individual features get shipped, the sort of MVP nature that is I'm needing for this to be useful and functional is coming extremely, extremely soon. So I will be playing around with, there's probably only a couple other things I need to do. I have some ideas about Fuzzy Finder and some of the other things. So that should be good. So that's it. Thanks for coming. Hope you have a good night. Happy 2024. We'll be streaming again next week, most likely, as usual. So I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for coming.